Oh, sorry, I'm trying to get. How are you today?
Good. How
Good.
are you?
I'm good, thank you. So I have a question for you. We have two serious questions, and we have one fun question.
Okay.
What would you like first?
The series.
You want the serious? You want to lighten it up?
Like down the line with us. There we go. Okay, cool. Thank you.
All right, so we'll start with the serious.
Okay.
So this is, you've been talking about like how this really isn't that far, like we're not that far removed from, especially the original source material, which is in the '60s. So like, what did you feel like was like the most challenging thing, or like not even the most challenging, but like the most similar thing to like adapting it from that to like modern?
The most similar thing was the actors' like energy. Like mirrors, like what Kate and Andre did, that was so similar to the original. Like it was beautiful in that way. So I thought that.
Yeah.
You can look back at the original and then look at them and be like, oh, that's really similar. So yeah.
Yeah. So like, what was like a challenging aspect of it? Like just bringing this kind of modern
just keeping the same cadence and the same sort of style as a mirror, like so that you're not in a movie and then like once we go off the source material, you're not like, wait, I'm in a whole different movie, a whole different world. So like matching the cadence, matching the prose, matching the specific poetic style of Mary was real.
Was there like a specific part of the adaptation process that stuck with you? Like I know you like expanded the characters. Like was there like anything that when you wrote it you were like, wow?
Which line in a sort of claustrophobic environment
that stuck with me?
Yeah, that kind of like stuck out with you.
Oh yeah.
So we got just adjacent abandoned portion
just
of
to
it,
see it
and
coming
you're able
alive,
to shoot on it,
honestly.
and
To be on set, to hear them say the words, to be on the train, to like all of that, like really made it so real, and that stuff
gave us this,
throughout this process.
Okay, awesome. All right, so for a fun question, the whole premise is he runs into someone on the subway that ruins his life. What fictional character would ruin your life if you ran into them on the subway? Who would you not want to see on the subway?
Joker, man. That dude is wild. So
that's a very valid answer.
I can't make him. I don't know what to make him.
Race relations
Yeah, he's very unpredictable.
He's unpredictable.
Policies.
You never
just
right.
stab you.
Some of the policies, some of the
just
laws,
stabs you and then like runs out the door when it opens.
Just relations
I'm cool on a guy like that. So
that's so valid. That's so valid. Thank you. I'm very happy that this is premiering here in Austin. Very excited to see it. So thank you so much. Hello. Hi. So we have a choice for you.
Okay.
I have a choice.
Okay.
There's a choice for
okay.
you. We have a fun question and we have a serious question. Which would you rather do first?
Let's go with the fun question.
Yes. Okay. So we know that the plot of this is that Clay runs into a woman on the subway that like ruins his life.
Yeah.
So what fictional character would ruin your life if you ran into them on the subway?
Probably Lula. Why do you think I wrote this thing? That's the whole point of it.
Writing your fears to life.
Yeah, no. That's what we do as artists. We gotta, get this stuff out of our systems.
Yeah, you're like
catharsis.
It's your therapy.
It's therapy, exactly. It's therapy right on screen.
Yeah.
No, Lula's pretty frightening. Yeah, as you'll see.
I'm excited.
Yeah,
I'm terrified,
I think
excited.
it's a fairly common thing. I would say for a woman to run into the wrong guy or a man to run into the wrong woman.
Yeah.
And I got a couple of friends where this same situation has happened, and everyone can relate to it in some way. Maybe somebody had some bad relationship that they can't remember. So there was some manifestation of reality in the movie as a result. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, that makes sense.
Yeah, but that is a fun question. So what's a serious question?
Okay, so the serious question.
It's kind of fun.
It's fun in the sense that it's like this is a very heavy adaptation. So it's like I wanted to have like a fun question for people to answer alongside because it's like now I'm gonna get deep into adaptations of plays. I love adaptations, and especially because this one is like from the '60s. So I feel like not a lot has changed, unfortunately, in our culture and our society. So it's like when you were adapting, like helping adapt it, like directing it and everything, like what was the most challenging aspect of that?
A big challenging I would say it's probably two. The biggest challenging aspect was trying to stay true to the original work. Which, while the themes and everything are still a lot of the same, the vernacular isn't. So the way people talked then is not the way that people talk now. So it's trying to merge that into the current way that we speak and have it kind of feel like the same thing. The other biggest challenge, actually, I should say this is the first challenge, was the train. Shooting on a subway train.
Oh, I can't even imagine.
So we shot on a real practical 9-car subway. Yeah, well, thankfully, MTA in New York has a section for filming.
Oh,
yeah, but they have a station for filming. And then the train car that we got was actually put into circulation in 1964. It's the same time that the Dutchman actually premiered on Cherry Lane Theater. And so we were able to use it, but you got to use real conductors. And the real conductors are the ones that are riding this train, and Kate Mara was thankfully nervous that she was going to have motion sickness because this thing is going this way and then that way and this way. It's like being in a spaceship. And thankfully it all worked out. Nobody hurled.
Well, that's good. That's a good thing. That is really cool that you got to shoot it like on the practical.
Yeah, it was on the practical train.
That's like a nice little level of like authenticity.
Yeah, the texture. What I find as a director is the practical textures of those types of things brings out a different performance. It's like you're actually in the environment, as opposed to talking to a tennis ball or being on some green screen or something. You're actually in the thing. So it's a really cool opportunity, and these guys were just pros at it, so they were fantastic.
Well, I'm very excited to see it. I'm very excited this is premiering here in Austin.
Oh yes, I'm very excited. It's my first time here. It's my first time at South by Southwest.
Same here. So I've never been here or
This is great. Yeah, we'll be back if they invite us.
Well, hopefully they will. Hopefully you have a good time. There is so much good food around here to check out.
That's what I heard.
Yeah.
I know. I didn't eat anything before today. I gotta
you gotta
keep myself together.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Hello. How are you? I'm doing well. I'm excited to talk to you in person because we interviewed each other I interviewed you back to back for the movie you did with your brother.
Oh yeah.
And talked about superhero shit.
Exactly.
So I have a fun question and then I have a serious question. What do you want first?
Let's go fun. We can make the serious question fun too.
Okay. So for the fun question, this movie, he meets a woman who ruins his life on a train. Relatable on the train. But if you had to meet a fictional character on the train that was going to ruin your life, who would it be and why?
It would be nobody. I'm not trying to pick anybody to ruin my life. It's absolutely nobody. That's my answer. Nobody.
You're on the MTA with like blinder glasses. You're like, don't look at me.
Yeah.
I love you. No, thanks. For the more serious question, adaptations are so interesting, especially when it's a play, because there's a lot of layers that you have to kind of add to that adaptation. For you as an actor, how does an adaptation change your approach to a project? But in addition, how does something like a play adaptation change how you look at a character?
So it doesn't actually change the way I look at a character. When I think about an adaptation to film, I still think of the format we're in, so I only think about it from the perspective of being a film. And where it gets tricky is like for One Night in Miami, we were primarily in just one space. So we always had to figure out which new spot am I going to take up? I was sitting there last scene, I was over there in this corner, we did this, So it forces you to make sense of using your space in different ways. But in this case, where we actually have a few more locations, things like that, we just dive into the film side of things. And that's kind of how I approach it, because when I approach a play, I have different mechanisms I'm going to use, regardless of the content. Same thing with film.
And I have one more dumb question. You're in Texas.
Yeah.
Famously, where you kind of got kicked off with your career in Friday Night Lights.
Well, that was
one of them.
One of the things I did. Yeah.
With the show coming back, is this an exciting time both to be in Austin and with people going back to that show and talking about it?
Oh wait, Friday Night Lights is coming back?
Yeah, they're making a reboot.
Really?
Accordingly, it's the same characters.
I just found that out right now.
Glad to tell you, would you do it?
I mean,
I'll be your agent now.
My knees are gone. I don't know if I'm running down the field anytime soon, but if they want me to pop in there and say hello, I absolutely would,
Salute in the back.
Just come back. I don't know where, I played character Ray Voodoo Tatum. I don't know where he would be in life, but, let's put him on there and just see how
the world's his oyster.
Exactly.
Thank you so much. I'm so excited to watch the film.
Oh, awesome. Thank
It was nice meeting you in person.
Nice meeting you.
We're swapping, and then that backfired.
Oh.
So, to start, we have either a fun question or a dumb question. What do you want first?
Let's do fun.
Okay. All right, I said fun and dumb. Fun or serious?
Oh, okay.
But so the fun question is, if this he meets a woman on the train, ruins his life. If you had to meet any fictional character on a train that was going to ruin your life, what fictional character would it be?
Oh my God, that's so interesting. I would go wreak havoc with the Joker. Come on, who doesn't want to go?
Wreaking havoc. Because the director was like, I don't want to meet that guy.
I mean, if I'm gonna ruin my life, we better go out with a bang. You know what I mean? Like, come on.
Gotta take him out.
But yeah, the Captain of Chaos.
Oh, I love it. So with a project like this, when it's an adaptation, it's so interesting to me, especially because when it's a play, there's that added layer of adaptation to it. For you, did the fact that it was a play change how you approached this project, or was it just, or like how you approach adaptations in general?
No, I mean, ask the question again. I'm sorry.
But because this is an adaptation,
Yeah.
how do you approach adaptations? And because it's a play, did that change how you approach that?
No, not actually, because I have a theater background training, right? So a lot of my process comes from the amount of time that I spend in undergrad, grad school, just kind of perfecting my craft, if you will. And then my screen process just kind of distills that theater process to a 2-week turnaround. You know what I mean? So no, not necessarily. I mean, you do as much research, you make sure you find in as much context clues. The fact that this is an adaptation and a reimagining of a film that's already happened, that I've studied a lot, kind of did my homework for me, because my former professor was in the original film with Shirley Knight, Al Freeman Jr.
Oh my God, that's awesome. Well, for last thing, I was a Meisner kid.
Nice.
And so now I'm going to ask you a factory-based question.
Please.
What is like your kind of technique when you're figuring out a character? Like, are you a playlist kind of person?
Yeah.
Or what is your thing?
Definitely a playlist person. I make a playlist for every character I have. I journal a lot for my characters. Like, just get into their, psychological space, like their subconscious. I know I've found the character. If I start dreaming as the character, then I'm like, okay, it's really, set in. And I love a good mix of Meisner, Stanislavski, Wachowski, all the above, all the actor geek stuff.
Oh, I love it. Thank you so much for talking.
Yeah,
I can't wait to see the film.
All right, nice to meet you.
I'm doing well. How are you?
Good.
So we have a fun question and a serious question. What do you want first?
Serious.
Okay, with adaptations, there's always kind of that added pressure when you're approaching a character, but when it's a play, there's also kind of, the rehearsal process that plays normally get mixed into a film. For you, how do you approach adaptations, and does it change when it is something that was based on a play to begin with?
Yeah, I mean, I think what was interesting for me was my character in this film is a new addition, so she wasn't in the original play, and so I think I was able to kind of approach her from a clean slate, but obviously within the context of Clay, the main character, and so I felt like I actually kind of had a lot of freedom, and I feel like I got to shape a lot of who she was outside of sort of like restraints of what the original source material was. But yeah, with adaptations, I mean, I think I'm like, if you're going to adapt something, then go for it. Like, I think understand this sort of original take and the original context and what the original creator was trying to do with it. But then if you have a different point of view, or if you have a different, way in, then I think swing and go for it, like don't try and, I think, necessarily just do the same thing over and over. So I think adaptations can be great fun and can be really quite innovative. I think they can also be stale, but I don't know. I think with this movie, I think Andre was able to create sort of a world outside of what the play just was. So I think there are a lot of like new stories, new narratives to play with within our movie. So.
Yeah, I 100% agree with you on adaptations. For the fun question, he meets a woman on a train, she ruins his life.
Yes.
If you had to meet a fictional character on a train and they would ruin your life, who would that be and why?
Oh my God. Who would, for me to ruin their life or for them to ruin my life?
You know what? Either way. You choose. The choice is yours.
Oh gosh. I mean, Lord, whose life would I ruin? I can't ruin anybody's life. Who would
fictional? It's fine.
Yeah, fictional. Who would ruin ruin my life? I'm so bad at these kinds of questions. You know, I don't know. I'm so bad at this.
Literally half of your castmates said the Joker. One said they would join him, and the other said he would fuck up my life.
Oh, really? You know what? I like that answer. I feel like I would spiritually join the Joker. Maybe not in action, but in revolution.
Just like connect.
I don't know.
Like, I get it.
I guess so. Oh, do I? God.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.